Hey guys, let's get more news about Dallas, but first, don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Cowboys Micah Parsons did not hide his disgust for Eagles in NSFW rant. With playoff hopes still, technically, alive for the Dallas Cowboys, mathematically speaking, it would be best for them if the Philadelphia Eagles beat the Washington Commanders in Week 16. However, Cowboys pass rusher Micah Parsons made it clear who he's rooting for in his rant Thursday afternoon, per John Machota of The Athletic on X. Nah, at this point, it's F***K Philly, now, Parsons said. Even if we got eliminated, like, I gotta crush Philly. F***K them. I hate them now. I be seeing them talk so much on social media. Now, there's a chance Parsons spoke too quickly, using emotions to fuel what he said. Rooting for the Eagles to lose over a war between him and Philly fans on social media doesn't sound like what he might believe. Maybe it was just a heat-of-the-moment comment. Or, he really embodies the Cowboys and Eagles rivalry. For context, that would be like a Bears player rooting for the Packers to win, that way they make the playoffs. Sometimes, it's impossible to root for the rival team with these major rivalries. And in this instance, Parsons appears to be rooting against the Eagles no matter what after his aggressively worded rant. With less than a 1% chance of making the 2024 playoff race, Parsons' message to Philly made it clear that he's okay with the Cowboys losing a chance of the postseason if it meant the Eagles also lost. And when it comes to commitment to the rivalry, it's respectable. Related Dallas Cowboys news article continues below. Now, as someone fighting for a new contract, it could come across poorly to Jerry Jones if he hears about it. But, it wasn't surprising to hear Parsons speak this way. Ever since he started his podcast, and well before that, too, Parsons has never been one to suppress what's on his mind. He doesn't hold back, and he doesn't deviate from being himself. The Cowboys and Eagles face off in Week 17, and that should be a game full of fireworks. With or without chances of making the playoffs, this seems like a game where Parsons will hear his name quite a bit from the stadium's PA system. One thing seems to be on his mind, and that's crushing Philly, literally and figuratively. Pro Bowl RB says playing for Cowboys would make him sick. The Detroit Lions have been one of the NFL's top teams this season, boasting a 12-2 record and one of the league's most dynamic offenses. At the heart of that success has been second-year running back Jahmyr Gibbs, who continues to make waves both on the field and off it. During a Thursday appearance on Up and Adams with Kay Adams, Gibbs shared a bold sentiment about a potential alternate reality involving the Dallas Cowboys. Gibbs, selected 12th overall by Detroit in the 2023 NFL Draft, revealed that the Cowboys were interested in drafting him later in the first round. His response to the thought of playing in Dallas? A resounding no. The Cowboys wanted to draft me at 24, Gibbs said. Imagine if I was a Cowboy right now, I'd be so sick. Jahmyr Gibbs said during the draft process he didn't want to go to a cold-weather team and the Cowboys were a real possibility to draft him. Imagine if I was a Cowboy right now? I'd be so sick. This season, Gibbs has been a cornerstone of the Lions' success, delivering standout performances in both the rushing and passing game. He's accumulated 1,047 rushing yards on 186 carries, 5.6 yards per carry, and added 395 receiving yards on 39 receptions, scoring 14 total touchdowns. With teammate David Montgomery sidelined after suffering a season-ending MCL tear, Gibbs has shouldered even more responsibility for Detroit's high-powered offense. David Montgomery, right, tore his MCL and is expected to miss the rest of the year. The Dallas Cowboys on Sunday did their best impression of their glory days with hard-nosed football, dominating the run game alongside a stifling defense. The Cowboys convincingly defeated the Carolina Panthers 30-14, showcasing multiple standout performances on both offense and defense. Jake Ferguson has quickly become a fan favorite in Dallas, and after receiving Pro Bowl honors, many were expecting a breakout year from him. However, Ferguson has dealt with injuries and has failed to make a significant impact. On Sunday, Ferguson had 2 catches for 23 yards on 4 targets. His numbers aren't too discouraging, considering the Cowboys didn't need to pass the ball much. However, when Ferguson has missed time this season, both Luke Schoonmaker and Brevin Spanford have performed exceptionally well, raising doubts about Ferguson's future role with the team. This raises questions about whether Ferguson will remain a key piece moving forward and whether he will sign a second contract in Dallas. Would Micah Parsons sacrifice a payday to stay with the Cowboys? Dallas Cowboys linebacker Micah Parsons has hinted he may take a hometown discount. San Francisco 49ers defensive end Nick Bosa became the highest-paid defensive player in the league when he signed a 5-year, $170 million deal in 2023. Parsons, who is set to play on his 5th-year option in 2025, could command a contract worth $40 million annually, but he doesn't want that. It would be nice to be surrounded by good players, the LB said Thursday, per Ed Werder of WFAA-TV in Dallas. Players are going to help you win championships. I want to keep as many guys as possible. I want to work with them. Micah Parsons says he doesn't need Cowboys to pay him $40 million or to become NFL's highest-paid defensive player. Parsons may not be bluffing, either. On a Monday episode of his podcast, The Edge with Micah Parsons, he said, "We're gonna figure out a way for me to be a Cowboy for life." The Cowboys' finances are tight after they signed quarterback Dak Prescott, for years, $240 million, and wide receiver CeeDee Lamb, for years, $136 million, to mega extensions before the season started. Spotrac estimates they will have $19.892 million in cap space in 2025. Although Parsons says he's flexible, extending him would still deplete future cap room and make it harder to build the roster. If Dallas moved Parsons, it would create more cap space and receive some draft capital. Per Spotrac, trading the 25-year-old with a post-June 1 designation would yield no dead cap and $24.007 million in savings. However, Cowboys owner Jerry Jones ruled out this idea during a Tuesday interview with KRLD-FM in Dallas. "That's never been uttered in this organization that we don't have a future with Micah Parsons," Jones said. "Dallas should find a way to keep the 3-time Pro Bowler, even if it's expensive." Pro Football Focus credits him with the league's 7th most pressures, 60, through 10 games. The Cowboys are lucky that Parsons seems willing to accept a team-friendly deal. And you, fan? What do you think of the situation of Micah Parsons? Leave your opinion in the comments.